Welcome to the Decus Keeper Node tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to run a Keeper node so that by the end of the tutorial, you can have your own Keeper node running. For this tutorial, we'll be following this official article which gives you written step-by-step instructions on how to set up your Keeper node. The whole process should take about a half hour. To begin, you will first need to get a Bitcoin wallet to be used by the Keeper node, and a Binance Smart Chain wallet with the specified amount of BTCB and a small amount of BNB required to cover gas fees on the BSC network. Then you need to set up your Linux server where the Keeper node will run. If you have your own Linux server, you can use it, but in this case, we will set up a new server on Digitalocean. Click on this link to Digitalocean and create an account. Go over the projects page, then we will create a droplet on Digitalocean. It's very easy. You just put in anything for the project title first, then you can enter the description and then they make you select a purpose. We're just going to choose the first one here, skip that for now and you get the actual project page here. So we're going to want to actually choose Ubuntu 20. Choose basic for the CPU, then go down and choose the first option for $6 a month. Then scroll down and choose the password option when you proceed to the authentication step. Remember to save your password. Make sure to select it and add it. Finally, we're going to scroll to the bottom and click Create. So this is where we actually create our server. We can use it later accessing via SSH, then run some commands related to the Keeper node. When our server is created, we will get the IP address of the server for remote access. And via SSH, we can actually run the commands needed to set up and manage our node later. Next, we're going to add our Keeper node contract in our wallet. Switch over to the Binance Smart Chain mainnet and then connect your wallet through MetaMask. At this point, we're going to use the Decus website to add our Keeper and actually stake our BTCB with the Keeper contract. So this will take some time, about a couple seconds each transaction. Just click accept and complete each of the transactions listed on the site. Okay, now we're done. And you should see this success pop-up appear on the website as well. Now we're gonna actually run our Keeper node on the server we set up before. First, SSH into your host we created before by doing SSH root and then the IP address from the server from Digitalocean or any other server you may want to use. Now to set up the password for the Keeper node, just type anything into the file and then input :WQ to close the file and save it. This password will be used for another command later. Now we are going to run some firewall commands to make sure the Keeper node can connect to the network. You can get this directly from the tutorial, but beware that if you're using another server, you need to search and apply the corresponding firewall configuration. In this case, if everything goes as expected, you will see firewall is active and enabled on system startup. Now we're going to run a couple commands to update our server, including apt-get update. So once that finishes, we need to install Docker. We can run this command just to verify that if we have a different engine, we can remove it. But this command will actually install everything for us, and then we'll start and enable Docker. We're going to run these commands right after this one, and Docker will allow us to run containerized services. So we can run our Keeper node within Docker. Now we're actually going to deploy the node, so we're going to need all the credentials that we created through this tutorial at this step. This is where we are actually going to run a Keeper node through Docker. So finally, copy paste the RPC URL, BSC and BTC private key into this input as prompted. Then you can enter your email to get notifications about the Keeper node. If you have everything correctly set up, it'll say init setting OK. If everything runs as expected, you can run docker ps and see this output at the end of the terminal. Don't forget to join our Discord, otherwise you'll miss the important notifications to keepers. You can also discuss with other keepers and get timely responses if any problem occurs. So congrats, at this point we've successfully run our Keeper node.